So I remember my dad telling me this story about what my grandpa did on one of his remodel jobs back in the day, and I've always thought it was a total boss story. Back in the 70s and 80s, my grandpa did a ton of remodel work. This one remodel job in particular was on a local mortuary. They were doing a total gut of the interior of the mortuary, changing up the entire layout of the building. Every day they would have walkthroughs with the owners of the building to make sure that they were good with everything that they were doing. Well, they had a drywall crew that kept blasting music on site, and they were constantly told to turn the music down when the owners were on site so that everyone could hear what was being said. Every day they were told to turn it down, and they didn't. So my grandpa would walk over and turn it down, and a few minutes later, someone would turn it back on. This went on for a few days until one day he just said, fuck it. The drywall guys went to lunch, so my grandpa, his partner, and a few other guys framed in a shelf in the studs, put the radio on the shelf, with the radio still playing, covered it with a sheet of drywall and mud and taped the seams. When the drywall guys came back from lunch, they could hear the radio but couldn't find it. After walking around for 10 to 15 minutes trying to locate it, when they finally did, they found it drywalled into the wall. My grandpa calmly looked at them and said, "Hey, do you remember all the times I told you to turn it down and you didn't?" "Yeah." "Well, congratulations. Now you can play it on full blast until the batteries run out." They went over to attempt to take the piece of drywall off to reclaim the radio. He said, "That piece of drywall is mudded and taped in and it's now finished product. If you take that drywall off, you're fired, and I know enough people to ensure you'll never do another job in this town again." And there the radio stayed until about the mid-2000s when the building burned down. Now, can't be 100% for sure, but my dad swears that it was the battery acid that finally leaked out of the radio that caused a chemical reaction and started the fire.